Hey guys, Joe here from Clean Getaway Car Detailing. In this video, we're going to show you how to properly decontaminate your paint. So I've got this Holden Commodore here behind me. We've previously coated this car with a ceramic coating. It's been damaged, and now it's back to get the coating back on it. So first we've got to wash it, and then we're going to actually decontaminate the paintwork. So the first step is we want to make sure we thoroughly wash the surface so that we remove any loose debris. Really see the difference between this area of the panel and here. They've repainted this whole back bar and they've machine polished all this area and they've removed the coating. That's why you can see a distinct difference between the hydrophobic properties, and it's really flat here. That's why you get your car coated. So once you've washed your car and rinsed it down, we want to spray on a product like the Bowden Zone 3-Way. This here will really help remove any of those embedded contaminants in the clear coat. We're going to spray it on, we're going to let it dwell for about 1 minute, and then we're going to use a clay towel, and I'll show you what that is. So you just want to spray it on so it covers nice and evenly. And you don't want to get run marks either. You want to make sure it's spread out evenly so you don't get any massive drips. Now you don't need too much product, just enough to cover the surface, and you want to allow the product to do the work. Keep in mind, a product like this does smell. So make sure you're in a well ventilated area. And I like to wear gloves just to be safe, because if you've got sensitive skin, it can do some weird magical stuff to your skin, all right? So just protect yourself. So generally when you're decontaminating your car and you use a product like the Bowden Zone 3-Way, it might react and turn purple, and that's a really good sign. It's showing that you're really breaking down the metal particles on your paint. But this car here, it was only resprayed 4 weeks ago. There's no real chemical reaction, and that's totally cool. And that's actually a good sign as well. So the product is doing its job, but the paintwork isn't very contaminated. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna use a clay towel, and I have two to show you. Two quite different towels. We have a clay mitt that you can actually put your hand into like so. And we also have more of a clay towel here. This one here has a bit of a mesh here, a rubber mesh. This one here is kind of got just a clay, just a pattern. It's got like grooves in it. And what this does is, when you're decontaminating the surface, the dirt and the grime and the pollution that's embedded in the clear coat on the top surface, the clay actually pulls it out of the paintwork, and it gets encapsulated in the rubber, and then you rinse it off to get it out. These are both different towels, but they're both good at different things. So this towel here is much better when it's really bad, where we find these are really good for really fine contamination. So we're gonna use both. Sometimes it's worth using both towels to get the best result possible, because you can miss a little bit of contamination as well. A really important factor when you are clay toweling is that if the surface is not highly lubricated, you can put very light scratches, or what we would call marring, in the clear coat. So we're doing this process because we're going to be machine polishing it. So I'm not too worried about putting scratches in the surface. But if I was really worried, then I would actually use very concentrated soapy water, or I would snow foam the car and then use the clay towel so it's working on a very lubricated surface and isn't marring the paintwork. So if I was going to choose which one I preferred, I've used this style of clay towel for a few years now, and I've only started using this one now for about a month or two. And I got to say, we've done probably about 20 cars with this towel already, and it's really working exceptionally well. We believe it gets more of the contamination off, different kinds like paint overspray, just really bad fallout. I find it's better, it's more multi-purposeful, if that's a word, I don't know. But Essentially, these will last a long time, a lot longer than clay barring, which we'll also demonstrate as well. So you can use these on pretty much anything and they'll do your car many, many times. So what we're gonna do is gonna rinse this down now, get all the soapy liquid off, and then we're going to dry it down and begin the machine polishing stage. But first, we wanna make sure it's nice and smooth and that we haven't missed anything. Now, I can hardly feel any contamination. Sometimes you can just feel there's a little bit of grittiness in the paint, which we know will machine polish out, but it's actually really good now. Much better than what it was before. Now we're gonna hit it with air and then dry it down with one of our drying towels. So guys, that there is exactly how to properly decontaminate the paint on your car so you make it ready for machine polishing or just to get rid of contamination if that's all you want to achieve. If you really like this video, please like it and leave a comment if you have any questions, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thanks so much guys for watching. We'll see you on the next how-to installment.